that's the biggest blessing. Um, I had a very inconsistent bowel movement, so lucky you. Yeah, I'm Jason, shepherd of China House Church. For those of you who don't know me, I don't think I have a great testimony like the two of y'all, but I think I just wanted to share what I was thankful for throughout this mission trip. Uh, so first, I want to thank everyone and my prayer partners for praying for me during our preparation and for the actual mission trip. With your prayers, we were able to successfully complete our mission trip and come back safely. Also, I'm thankful to Ecuador House Church and Mexico House Church for doing joint house church with our house church members when half of our house church members were in Mexico. And I'm actually very grateful for Jeff. To start off, a lot of people think that this is one of the many times that I've been to Mexico, but it was actually my first time going. So there was an excitement, but at the same time, I had some worries in myself as I didn't know what to expect. And Jeff, as a leader, removed the worries that I had by leading this mission team really well. From the start, he showed his leadership and guided us well, even when the schedule changed numerous times due to different circumstances. And he communicated to us well on what we can expect when we see the members of the church or the people in the village, which helped us prepare our minds. And he gave us direction and encouragement during the devotional and debrief time after the day was over, so that we can solely focus and remind on what we were there for. But most of all, he was a man of prayer, which I didn't know actually. But he prayed every day at the end of the day, which I respected him a lot about. I asked him how he can do that every day when everyone is sleeping and you're tired. But he said that he learned it from the previous leaders, including PD. So I'm thankful to Jeff that we all could rely on him and depend on him as a first-timer in this mission, Mexico mission trip. In terms of our team, I was very thankful to be with this team. We had youths, young adults, and older leaders. The older leaders, like Pastor Lee from the Korean side, Deacon Suchan Kim, and Sunmi, gave stability to the team. The young adults were actually the leaders of the team and ministries and did most of the work. And at least for the teams that I was in, I was very thankful for Jonathan Chang, who led the skit so well, and Tommy and Jonathan, who were leading the praise, and Nuri for leading the team for the crafts, and also, most importantly, taking care of money from John. So very thankful for everyone. And also the youths. Yeah, man. They did a lot. They did a lot too with dances, and they were using all their energy to spend time with the kids and the children. And they were pretty much the energizer. You know, when we were hanging out with them, they were, they were making us, like laugh. So very thankful for the youth. And so through this mission team, I think I know the reason why it is good to have 3 generations going to the mission trip, as they all have their roles. And I'm also thankful that I got to get closer with a lot of people in our team. First, I'm thankful to get to know Missionary Chu. I've only heard about him, and through many people, like I've just kind of like heard of him, but it was good that I got to know him through this mission trip. Also thankful that I got to spend time with many of the people in the KSC side, the Korean side, like Pastor Lee and Deacon Suchan, Brandon and Jimmy, because nowadays it's really hard to get to know him or know them and talk to them because we use our separate buildings. So I was blessed to have this time to talk to them and remind ourselves that we are 2 congregations, but 1 church. Personally, going into this mission trip and throughout the mission trip, what I prayed for was that I can bring positivity to the team and bring energy to the team, knowing that I'm an introvert. If you guys know, I always look tired. Everyone says like, "Hey, did you sleep?" So that was one of the prayer requests that I had. Um, and the reason why I had this prayer request, along with those other things that I mentioned, was because I experienced before what positive energy can do. So it was a long time ago when A&F didn't even start. And one time we were hosting a pastors conference back in Irving. And we were hosting probably around, I would say 150 to 200 pastors when our size of the church was around the same. So everyone's face, by the third day, probably everyone's face looked tired, and everyone was like not talking at all because they were all tired. But Pastor Daniel continued to have fun and make laughs and play games, and makes jokes to encourage everyone, even though he looked tired too. And that spoke to me deeply, how he can choose to be positive. So I wanted to do the same during this mission trip. And I don't know, I don't think so. I don't think I did that. I, I think I slept a lot. If you guys saw some pictures, I was just sleeping and sleeping. um, but it's something that I continue to want to improve and work on when I go next time. And rather, I was very thankful that all the team members were, so funny and full of energy, and poured out their energy to the local people there, a lot more than me. So I'm very thankful for them. Next, I'm really thankful specifically for Tommy. As Pastor Lee came to join us for the mission trip last minute, he prepared all the sermons in Korean. So all of them had to be translated to English for our mission team. So we would use the AI to translate first, and then do a cross-check and fully translate. But honestly, I think ChatGPT, it's really good, but it has some ways to go. So the people who knew Korean, I think maybe around a third of the team started translating, and everyone was able to finish translating by around 2 a.m. in the first night. But I only was able to finish one of them. And for the second one, I was translating during the day, when I had some time and when I had some free time. But that alone wasn't enough time, so I was using Tuesday night after our schedule to finish translating. And when I was doing that, Tommy just joined in, and we translated together until probably around like 2:30 that night. And I didn't even ask him, and he already did his share of translation already, but he just joined in and helped until very late to translate. And so if it wasn't for him, I probably stayed up until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So yeah, I love you, Tommy. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then also through this mission trip, I was very thankful for the things we have and the convenience we experience. After the retreat, we went to the village in the mountains, like everyone else shared, near the city of Tepek. And we did a mini VBS for them, and did crafts for about 60, 70 children. And afterwards, we were trying to clean up because we don't want to leave the mess that we made. But we couldn't find a broom and dustpan for the first couple of hours. And there was one, but even then, it wasn't really a good one. So many of us were using our hands to pick up like the little bitty trash and the little crafts, one by one, and using like even like the papers to use it like a dustpan, and like experiencing that, I was very thankful that we can actually do that with joy, and do that with smile, but also thankful for the convenience that we experience, and that we should be thankful. And next, I'm really thankful. Hold on. Last thing I want to share is the medical mission that we did while we were there. At first, I thought we were just handing out meds, but we ended up doing consultations as well. And if you have read Steph's messages in the ANF chat, you probably know, but many times we weren't able to treat the conditions, but the only thing we can do was, give them symptomatic relief and things like that. So, and that was pretty much the only thing we can do with the limitations of the meds and the equipment. And I was thankful that I could help on what I can and what we can, but there was so much that we can do as a pharmacist and with a limited supply. So if you guys are doctors or nurses, I think there's a few. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, apparently. So I want to encourage you guys to use your profession to help others in the future missionary trips. And lastly, I just wanted to say that what Javier's wife, Carmen, shared with me. Most of the people there are Catholics, so they think that they are saved because they think we believe in the same God. So it is actually much harder to convert them to Christianity than here in the States. So she said to please pray for Mexico and their church as they continue to serve and do mission work there. So I hope that we can all remember them in your prayer, and hopefully we can go to Mexico in the future together. Thank you.